Greetings of the day, viewer. My name is Amarjit Kundu, faculty IHM Lucknow. Today we'll prepare Genoa or Genoise. It's a lean sponge which is used widely in French cuisine and in patisserie. This Genoa or Genoise comes from Genoa region of Italy and widely used in French cuisine. It is from Italy region but used in French cuisine in various desserts, patisserie items as base or in layers. So today we'll prepare Genoa or Genoise. So ingredients and equipments used for making Genoa or Genoise are: number one, we require egg, then sugar, granulated sugar, flour, cake flour with less protein content, melted fat or normal vegetable oil without any order. Now for the process, we need certain equipments for preparing Genoise. First we need a bowl, clean, free from any moisture or fat content. It should be dry, clean and free from any moisture or fat content. After this, we will require a whisk, palette knife, silicone spatula, a temperature gun to check the oven's temperature, set of measuring spoon, silicone brush. The most important thing we need is a cake tin. Before starting any process of cake making or sponge making, the very first thing you need to do is to line your cake. So to line your cake, what you need to do, grease this cake tin with a very thin layer of fat or refined oil. Here I have used circles of parchment paper, GP paper or butter paper. Before placing them, you need to prepare a lining. Just cut out a 3 to 4 inch width lining from butter paper. Fold one edge by 1 centimeter and give slant cuts. So why we are giving these slant cuts? Just to make it easy in folding. Otherwise, it will have creases and it won't fold easily. Now we'll place the lining first along with the walls of cake tin and make sure these folded slant cuts stick to the base. After placing the lining, we'll use the base lining, the round circle. Now the cake tin is lined. You can again apply very small amount of oil into it so that it won't stick to the batter after baking. Now here we have a lined cake tin. We are starting the aeration process for preparing Genoa or Genoise. The very first thing you need to check that your eggs are clean and free from any foreign impurities which can be sticked around them. You can clearly wash them, pat dry them and then use them. How to break an egg? With a gentle stroke, try to break them with one stroke only. Now do not twist them downward, just open it as it is. If you twist them downwards, there are chances that small tiny particles of eggshell can go into your batter. So make sure you do not twist them. While adding eggs, you should check there are no blood spots or your egg is not stale or rotten. Now there are two ways of adding egg or starting using egg. Either you can, if you are sure about the quality of your egg, you can use them directly, or just break one egg in a clean bowl, transfer it into mixing bowl, then again break one egg in a clean bowl, keep on doing so. Why we do so? Because if you are not sure about the quality, if there is any egg which can hamper other good quality eggs, if one egg is rotten or stale, it may affect on other eggs also. Now we'll add granulated sugar. Make sure the granulated sugar should be dry and moisture free. So here why we are using granulated sugar instead of any powdered form of sugar? Because it has grains, and these grains also help in mixing air into it, in trapping air into it. So it's an add-on which is beneficial for making genoise. So now you need to whisk this mixture in single direction. You are supposed to mix it in a single direction like this, and do it as fast as possible. You are not supposed to reverse the motion, just go in one direction. If you reverse the motion or hand movement, what will happen? The entrapped air will be released out of this batter. So make sure you just move your hand in one direction only. You need to whisk it until you get a fluffy and ribbon consistency of this sugar and egg batter, and there are no sugar crystals present in the batter of Genoa. After just mixing it for a while, we have to use double boiler. For double boiler, we'll take warm water, or you can also use pan with warm water. We have used this bowl with warm water. Place it on the wet cloth, and just, you are not supposed to touch the egg. Just need to see that a significant heat by the steam is being provided to the batter. Now continue this process until you get a fluffy ribbon consistency. At this point, you can see we have achieved a ribbon consistency. When the batter is falling, it is going down like a ribbon. How to check that your batter is ready for the next step? You just insert a whisker into it and drag it once. If the marks remain for at least 10 seconds, then your batter is ready. So they are there, they are still there. And second is how to check that batter is ready. Just take a small lump and let it fall. It falls like a ribbon. Here you can see it is falling like a ribbon. Now do not lift the whisker like this, otherwise the batter will lose the air. Now we have the batter ready. At this point, you can use vanilla essence to suppress the bad odor or smell of egg. Now why we have used double boiler beneath it? Because we need to partially cook the egg, and the temperature of this hot water beneath the mixing bowl should not go above 60 degrees Celsius, because at 65 degrees Celsius the protein of egg will start coagulating. So we need to keep a check on that. At this point, we will add refined flour into it by the help of palette knife. Some people also use silicone spatula for mixing it. Now the batter is being mixed by cut and fold method. Now we have to make sure that cut and fold method is followed very carefully. Otherwise, again, there are chances that the air which we have entrapped by mechanical or physical effort in the batter can escape out of batter. So why we are using palette knife instead of this silicone spatula? Because palette knife has a less surface area, so it will not affect that much of air loss. Okay, now we'll add refined flour in 3 or 4 steps. It will not go in this batter in one go. What we need to do, just sprinkle some refined flour over the top and mix it like this. This is fold, and on the other hand, keep moving your ball also. Do not lift the palette knife out of this edge. Keep it on the edge and keep on left on the top. Again, add some refined flour by sprinkling it over the surface. Repeat the same process fold, fold and fold. Now, many people use cut. What is cut? This is not a cut. You are not supposed to cut the batter. Just lift the batter. This is called cut. Fold, fold, fold and cut. So, why we are doing this? Just to make sure there is no refined flour sticking at the base. At this point, we need to add fat into it. Either you can use normal refined oil or any sort of oil which do not have any sort of aroma, taste or flavor and color also. So, salad oil is good, normal refined oil is also good. Basically, butter is used. So, at this point, we will be adding fat in form of melted butter or normal refined oil. The oil or melted fat over the batter and mix it properly. Same method, cut and fold is used. As we have discussed earlier, there are three types of sponges or cake: rich cake, lean cake and fatless. So, this comes under lean cake. Very nominal amount of fat is being used. Now, the batter is ready for baking. This batter will go in cake tin. I'll show you how to add it into cake tin. Then we'll bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, 20-25 minutes. Now, at this point, you need to check that air is still in the batter. You can check there's a hollow sound. Do not tap the batter, otherwise the flour will settle down and it will not give it a spongy texture. Now, how to add it? Just hold your mixing bowl near to the tin and keep on clearing the batter from the base. It will automatically slide down into cake tin. No need to clean it again and again. Just at this point, do not tap the tin. Just keep it like this straight away in baking. For baking, again I am repeating the temperature 180 degrees Celsius for 20-25 minutes. Now, genoise is ready after baking. Now, we will demold. Remove. We have cooled it over this cooling tray or wire rack. After baking, gently remove butter paper from it. While removing butter paper, keep your grip close to the product so that it will not tear off the base lining. All the edges are intact. A genoise sponge ready with us. You can use this genoise sponge by cutting it into 3 different layers for rich cake icings. We'll check the sponginess of the product. We'll just cut down with the help of bread knife. Now, you can see the spongy texture. I'll take out one more cut from it. Show you clear sponge texture. Now, while I'm pressing it, it will regain its shape. I hope you guys have learned how to prepare genoise step-by-step methods. Now, we have the ready product with us. You can serve it like this only in terms of lean sponge or lean cake along with some fruits or whipped cream. It can be consumed. If we consume it directly, it will stick to your palate. So, that is why they are lean cakes. Rich cakes can be consumed directly with tea and coffee. We have presented just the sponge slices. This sponge is basically used for making layer cakes, icing cakes and all, and pastries as well. Gato slices to be precise, not pastries. gato slices. So here is the product, and I hope you learned it. Thank you.